Hi, his name is Aman. He loves to listen to stories from his father. One day, his father narrated an interesting story.
Very often, an unknown man stood at the entry gate of the school and observed children going out of a school. One day, while I was in school, I saw a man come running and rushed to the principal's room. After some time, we got the news that 5 children were kidnapped from the school bus. The man who kidnapped those children telephoned in our school. The kidnapper demanded a huge amount of money for releasing those children.
Was the kidnapper caught? He must have been punished.
A detective was hired to solve the case. He disguised himself as a school teacher and hid a GPS in his shoes. He was responsible for handing over the ransom amount to the kidnapper. At first, he reached the spot where he was supposed to. He was then blindfolded and taken to the place where the kidnapper was hidden along with the children. The police team tracked the kidnapping gang with the help of the GPS feature. Finally, they were caught. And do you know, the person who narrated this story to us was our maths teacher.
Unbelievable. But what is this GPS feature?
The sole purpose of GPS is to determine the accurate geographical location. Talking about my maths teacher, he told this story while teaching the chapter Coordinate Geometry.
But what's the link between the incident and coordinate geometry?
Why should I clear all the confusion? Let's watch a video then. Come, understand the mystery on your own.
And that brings us to the first video lesson of coordinate geometry. Are you thinking about the link between coordinate geometry and GPS system? Don't you worry, because we are back to teach you all the concepts of this chapter. Let's begin with the title itself. Coordinate geometry is a branch of mathematics that helps us to represent algebra using geometry and understand geometry using algebra. It finds various applications in the field of physics and engineering. Now, do you remember perpendicular lines? Yes, we require a pair of mutually perpendicular lines that are known as the coordinate axis. Let us draw perpendicular lines x dash and y dash as shown. Let us mark their point of intersection as O. O represents the origin. Now, we need to mark off positive numbers at equal intervals to the right of the origin and negative numbers to the left of the origin on the horizontal line x dash. Similarly, we need to mark off positive numbers above the origin and negative numbers below the origin on the vertical line y dash. The horizontal line x dash is known as the x-axis or the axis of x. On the other hand, the vertical line y dash is known as the y-axis or the axis of y. The plane of x and y is known as the Euclidean plane. But friends, what about the distance between a point and x-axis or the y-axis? There must be a special name, right? Let us choose any point P in the plane of the x and y axis. Now, you need to draw perpendiculars PA and PB from P on the x-axis and the y-axis respectively. The distance of P from the x-axis is 5 units. In other words, we say that the y-coordinate or the ordinate of P is 5. Likewise, the distance of P from the y-axis is 3 units. We say that the x-coordinate or the abscissa of P is 3. In general, the abscissa of a point is denoted by small x and the ordinate of a point is denoted by small y. Do you remember how points are represented on the graph paper in ordered pairs, right? Similarly, the position of a point P in the plane of x and y is represented by the ordered pair x, y. In fact, it is called the coordinates of P. Note that any point on the x-axis has the coordinates of the form x, 0, whereas that on the y-axis has the coordinates of the form 0, y. Are you aware of the terms latitude and longitude in geography? Friends, every place on a map has a unique location. In other words, they are represented by a unique pair of latitudes and longitudes. This is quite relatable in coordinate geometry. Every point P in the Euclidean plane has a unique ordered pair of coordinates x, y, which are known as the Cartesian coordinates. But this does not clear the connection between coordinate geometry and GPS features that Aman's father talked about. Well, we are concluding the session here. Meanwhile, try to explore the mystery. And friends, do not miss the second session of this chapter. See you soon. Until then, take care and goodbye.